everyone, and welcome inside the UC Health Training Center for Broncos Country Connected. I'm Alexis Perry. Sunday afternoon, the Denver Broncos took to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, looking to string together 2 consecutive road wins to start the season for the first time since 2003. Teddy Bridgewater carried his calm, confident play from Week 1 right into Week 2, completing more than 76% of his passes for 328 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Courtland Sutton had a career day, racking up 159 yards on 9 catches, while Denver's defense reminded Trevor Lawrence he's not at Clemson anymore, holding the Jags to just 106 yards of total offense without a score after their scripted first series. Here's a look back on the Broncos' second straight win, this time over Jacksonville.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Denver Broncos football. As today, the Broncos, for the second consecutive week, are on the road looking for win number 2 as they travel to Jacksonville, Florida, to face the Jaguars.
This is a team that's lost 16 games in a row, and this is their home opener here in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, you can't let him beat you in his second game in the National Football League.
Broncos in their home uniforms, orange jerseys, white pants. The Jaguars in their white and white. Teddy Bridgewater is the starting quarterback for the Broncos, 8-year pro out in Louisville, 28 of 36 last week. It would be nice to start the season 2-0, first time a possibility of that happening since 2018. Catch, and that's Sutton again. Fair to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. Williams tries to step on the defender, breaks a tackle. He's hard to get on the ground. Lawrence loads it up again. Another home run ball. Well covered and intercepted by Pat Surtain. 5-man pressure on Lawrence. Lawrence will be hit and sacked back at the 25-yard line. Vaughn Miller. Pass is going to be intercepted by Kareem Jackson. Kareem Jackson with his 20th career interception.
Let's delve a little deeper into this matchup thanks to our friends from FanDuel. Joining me now to break down some of the plays that helped Denver devastate Duval, Super Bowl 50 champion Ryan Harris. Ryan, let's go ahead and start in the third quarter. 12:41 left in the third frame. Of course, Teddy Bridgewater, he connects with Noah Fant for his 7th career touchdown.
And my favorite throw of the game, Noah Fant's lined up right here, and he's going to catch the ball at about the 8-yard mark. And Alexis, a lot of people think, hey, all you got to do is catch the football, run into the end zone. What you're going to see is determination, power, grit, and celebration from Noah Fant. It begins, of course, with a great blocking by the offensive line, and Teddy Bridgewater diagnosing the read. They're running a triangle concept, what they call in the red zone, frequent among NFL offenses. But what really stands out is how hard Noah Fant works for this touchdown. You see, he's caught the ball here with the defender on him. That's a grown man, Alexis, hanging onto your legs. They try and weave their arm in between your legs, too, to stop you from running forward. But Noah Fant, he's determined, and he's going to go the distance. He has to go through that defender, and another one scores. And what I love here, the celebration. Noah Fant had some personal adversity in the offseason, and sometimes when guys score like that in the early parts of the season, they're letting all of that go, and they can just be themselves in the end zone. And that's how I believe we saw Noah Fant score my favorite score so far this season, and a big development for him, right? To be able to will yourself through grown men like that to get to the end zone, fantastic. And here from this angle, you see the space that he has to cover Noah Fant. That's quite some space when you consider there's a defender right there, but that doesn't faze him. A lot of times doing things is about deciding you're going to do it, and Noah Fant decided he was going to score for the Broncos.
Yes, his first touchdown since December 19th, 2020 against the Buffalo Bills. Well, Ryan, we were waiting all day for a Von Miller sack. Finally, it came on the very next series. He got a hold of Trevor Lawrence.
Well, and Von Miller shows his veteran savvy, and he fights through additional blockers. Oftentimes you hear people say Von Miller's getting chipped or he's getting double teamed, but what does that mean? That means this tight end right here, he's supposed to go out on a route, make it hard for the defense right here, but because Von Miller's so good, he's going to try and chip Von Miller. Von knows that, and the veteran defensive ends also know the longer he hasn't started his rush, the shorter he has to get to the quarterback. So now that he fights through the pressure, the extra chip, he's all the way up there, and then he has to come back inside to make the play on Trevor Lawrence. That's what makes Von Miller so unique. He's understanding this as the play is going on. He understands that he has to get north and south, and also he throws his right shoulder right into the shoulder of Trevor Lawrence. Those are the kinds of things that let a quarterback know, Alexis, you're there all day and that they better look out for you. So an amazing expert change on the fly by Von Miller.
Ryan, that was his third sack of the season already. That means he has 109 career sacks. He is just a half sack away from surpassing Greg Townsend for 23rd most in NFL history. All right, a little bit later in the third quarter, we saw Kareem Jackson get in on the action. This was such a fun play.
Well, my old teammate from Houston still making a difference in games. And what's unique, just watch Kareem Jackson. He's going to float to the middle of the field as the play goes on because Trevor Lawrence kind of goes to the right. And then as soon as they recognize and he diagnoses the play, he has an immediate closing speed. You hear that all the time with defenders because as this play starts, it looks like a pass. This player looks like he's going to go to the flat is what they call it. So not really a threat for Kareem Jackson deep right there. He's more concerned about this route. Well, as the play develops, he realizes he's out of position. So he closes in and makes a play, and I charted this out, Alexis. He was about 15 yards away when the ball was thrown from where he intercepted the football. Not only does he close that speed, Alexis, but then jumps in front to get the football, gets his feet down in bounds. And here's another thing I love. Everybody, here's Drew Lock standing in there. Everybody's excited about it. That's the kind of thing that turnovers do, Alexis. They ignite the entire sideline. They ignite the team. But most importantly, Kareem Jackson's feeling good after making that play.
Yeah, number 22, looking like a 22-year-old out there. Great to see the vet with some great closing speed. But speaking of young guys, Pat Surtain, his first NFL start, and he gets his first career interception.
And we typically don't talk about rookies as veterans, but this play was amazing. And what I like, and I've talked about a lot, Patrick Surtain had a mishap earlier in the game, but that did not stop him from playing his game.
Right.
He's lined up at the bottom of the screen as you see it here. And what he's doing right now, you can even see, he's watching the backfield. Those are those little things that young players rarely do. They just look at the player that they're going to defend. Well, you can get a lot of information by looking in the backfield. So I first like where his eyes are. And coaches make this coaching point all the time. Where are your eyes? Diagnose the play, the formation. So that shows when people say, oh, Patrick Surtain, he plays like a veteran. Those are those little things that he's doing that gets the notice of his teammates. And then he's basically one-on-one here for the entire play. So he knows that he has to do a great job of staying inside out. And what I love is he turns his hips right when they get about even right here.
Yep.
And at that point, he knows he's ready to make a play because those receivers, if they're not getting the ball at this point, they start slowing down. So just by feeling the speed, still looking and locating the football, he knows the ball is coming his way. And then Patrick Surtain catches it, bread, meat, basket. Trevor Lawrence made an excellent pass to the wrong team, but hey, we're not going to blame him. What a moment for the rookie in his first career start, as you mentioned. That gives him confidence against the quarterback who he played against in college. And those kinds of things go a long way for a player's career to have success early.
Yes, Coach Fangio called it one hell of a play, and yes, it was. Ryan, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it. Now, coming up after the break, Ryan will join Denver 7's Lionel Bienvenu and Troy Rank for more from Denver's Week 2 win and what it means for this team as they return home to host the Jets this Sunday. Don't go anywhere.
Broncos Country Connected is presented by Carpet Mill Outlets. Bigger discounts, better selections.
the one that has me most excited is next week.
Hell yeah.
We get back home 2-0. That stadium's going to be lit up. And we got to give them what they deserve and what we want.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got a couple game balls here. Career high, 9 for 159. Cortland.
Hey, this everybody, man. Defense went out there and got us the ball back so we can go make opportunities. Man, offense went out there and we, move the ball and, let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep having this success. Fun, man. Yeah. Keep doing what we're doing.
For his 20th career interception, Kareem Jackson.
Hey, man, 1 week at a time, man. 1-0, man. All of us together.
First career pick, Pat Surtain.
Hey, good team win. Let's keep on going, man.
Hey, fellas. Hey, don't be surprised by the success, man. Don't be surprised. We're going to expect more moving forward, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In order to keep this thing going, man, the ones who stay together the longest is the ones who last the longest, all right? So let's keep it going, man. Hey, mean it when you say it, all right? Hey, together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
Welcome back to Broncos Country Connected. Don't be surprised by the success. Spoken like a true leader as Teddy Bridgewater has steered this Broncos team to back-to-back wins to start the season. For more on Denver's 23-13 victory over the Jaguars, let's check in with Lionel Bienvenu and the Denver 7 crew.
Alrighty, thanks Alexis as always, and welcome to our Denver 7 segment brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Okay, we got Broncos insider Troy Rank here, and Super Bowl 50 champ Ryan Harris is back with us again. All right, guys, the Broncos are here. They're back in Denver after taking care of business in Duval. They get a chance to go 3-0 against the Jets. I'm feeling excited, guys. But Ryan, a little bit of don't go too crazy yet. They were supposed to beat the Giants and the Jags, right? These teams were combined 0-4.
But you saw the deep ball from Teddy Bridgewater this week, which was wonderful to see. You saw Cortland Sutton have a career day. And, oh, by the way, Von Miller with a devastating sack. I mean, he welcomed Trevor Lawrence to the NFL. So, sure, it wasn't the two best teams in the NFL, but also they beat who they put in front of them. And that's what you have to do to start the season. They're one of two teams in the NFL who are 2-0 on the road.
Yeah, look, good teams are supposed to win games against bad teams. That's the bottom line. And they did that, Troy. The Broncos don't have to apologize for anything about 2-0.
Absolutely. After 4 straight losing seasons, they don't have to apologize for winning games they're supposed to. And again, the one thing I like is the fact they've won by double digits both games. No other team's done that. That's something. The other thing, they didn't play clean against the Jaguars. 10 penalties, and you give up a kickoff return for a touchdown and still win by double digits. So, yes, be happy, Broncos country. Embrace this start because you know what it's doing? It's building confidence in this team.
And Troy, Teddy Bridgewater, talk about confidence. They were down 7-3 into the second quarter. No fast start like we said last week, but no panic either. Just patience from Teddy. Jab, 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 then punch. He threw some big punches out there.
Well, you look at it, Lionel, here's what I appreciated. They had 2 early strikes that didn't connect to Cortland Sutton, but Teddy didn't take a hint. He stayed stubborn, and he liked the one-on-one matchup, and he went back to him. The 33-yarder and the 55-yarder both set up touchdowns that changed the game, and you can just see the trust building in Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, Ryan, we saw Cortland Sutton's breakout day, right? But you thought the big tight end, Noah Fant, was a huge key in this game.
Well, I loved his touchdown, Lionel. I think one of the important things is he willed his way into the end zone, verifying his offseason work as well as his preparation this week. You couple that with the fact that they lost Jerry Jeudy, he was still able to produce, Noah Fant. That's an amazing thing. When you lose a talent, you get a lot more focus on you defensively, but Noah Fant was still able to create his moment this season early on.
Yeah, he was not going to be stopped. And we got to talk about Vegas Vic again, the mile-high gambler. He went for it twice on 4th down, made it twice. Ryan, that is 5 for 5 in 2 games.
And it has a demoralizing effect on the defense, and it builds confidence offensively. You know that when you cross that 50, you're likely in 4-down territory. And what's amazing is you see that Teddy Bridgewater goes to different people. Cortland Sutton, Noah Fant. You don't know where the ball is going. Typically, teams know, okay, on 4th and 1, Ryan Harris is going to throw to Troy Rank, right? But because they've had so many reps already, they've already tied. They're 5 for 14 last year on 4th down in just 2 games with what they've done.
Cortland Sutton was a beast against the Jags, and Von Miller, also coming back from injury, Troy, another sack. Missed all of last season, and here he is back with a vengeance.
Well, the thing about him, it's glossy again. It jumps off the screen. It's volcanic Von. You watch him, it's not just the sacks. It's the fact that he is disruptive. You can just see tackles. I mean, they can't block him on Twitter, Ryan. You got to be uncomfortable when you are a tackle against Von Miller right now. Even without Bradley Chubb, he is creating mismatch issues. He is creating turnovers. He is creating problems for the other team.
All right, here we go, guys. Next Sunday, the Jets coming to Empower Field at Mile High. You heard all the players, even Vic Fangio's. I can't wait for this. Broncos favored by 11 points, Troy.
Well, they haven't been a favorite like this since they lost the Giants years ago with Trevor Siemian. That was a 13-point game. Listen, the Jets' motto is all gas, no brakes. Somewhere they messed it up. It's all brakes, no gas. This team is really struggling. They play good defense, but Vic Fangio, he's going to take advantage of that young quarterback, Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he's the number 2 pick. They just beat the number 1 pick in Jacksonville. And here we go again, Ryan. That defense has a look at Zach Wilson. 4 interceptions on Sunday.
Well, and the one thing is you can't rest on that. You know, you saw Trevor Lawrence come out early in this game against Jacksonville, had some success in that first drive. You have to stay vigilant. But I'm telling you, Vic Fangio has already taken the souls of rookie quarterbacks. Hopefully their careers are okay after they play a Vic Fangio defense.
All right, guys, thanks. 2-0 feels good, and what an atmosphere it's going to be Sunday at Empower Field at Mile High. All right, that's it for us. This Denver 7 segment brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Alexis, let's go back to you.
Thanks so much, Lionel. Still to come here on Broncos Country Connected, learn more about Denver's mystery man, Bryce Callahan. But before we go to break, enjoy some of the best moments from the Broncos' Week 2 win, captured through the lens of team photographer Gabriel Christus. Back to Broncos Country Connected. While the team was in Jacksonville, members of the Broncos organization, the Bolin family, and fans met at Denver City Park on Saturday to support the annual Alzheimer's Association's Walk to End Alzheimer's. Since Mr. Bolin announced his diagnosis of the disease in 2014, the Bolins and Broncos have been avid supporters of the foundation's Colorado chapter, together raising more than $700,000. With 76,000 Coloradans, including Mrs. Bolin, living with the disease today, the Broncos believe awareness is critical to finding a cure.
Just finding a way to bring awareness, share my story with loved ones and people that don't really know about the disease and kind of need some knowledge on it, and seeing how it really affects people. I think that's really important because that's the only way we're going to raise funds and find a cure for this disease.
Well, you don't have to wait until next year's walk to support efforts in finding a cure. Just go to dbron.co/endalz to make a donation today. Each week here on Broncos Country Connected, Denver 7's Nick Rothschild helps us get to know our Denver Broncos even better. This week, Nick sat down with Broncos cornerback Bryce Callahan.
Okay, so it's kind of funny. I did about like 15 to 20 minutes of research on every guy.
Okay.
And I found nothing on Bryce Callahan.
It's good.
That's what you're looking for?
That's what I'm looking for.
This clean slate on the internet?
I'm a low-key man.
The origin story for this Broncos man of mystery begins in a humble setting.
My stepdad at the time was doing welding, so anytime we'd finish a project, we'd just get up and move that state and go to the next one. Growing up in a trailer park's not too much fun either, but that's pretty much all I knew at that age, so it wasn't like, dang, that's kind of what I knew.
Little did he know that life would eventually carry Bryce Callahan to the perfect destination.
Love fishing, big on the bass fishing, and then just anything active, camping, any of that kind of stuff. I love the mountains.
So coming to Colorado was a good move for you then?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was coming to Colorado when I was back in Chicago every year, like during the off season and stuff.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
5.1 bass. Biggest bass I ever caught was 5.1.
Are you more proud of a pick six or catching a gigantic bass?
I'd probably say pick six, but my heart gets beaten on both of them for sure.
Bryce the fisherman finds peace on the water, but Bryce the competitor finds clarity on the chessboard.
Every move is like a different puzzle you're trying to put together. So they make one move, it's like, oh, I could do this, but there's always another move out there that could be a better move. So it's always trying to think 2 steps ahead.
Surprisingly, nobody wants to fall into this cornerback's gambit.
Yeah, I got Justin Simmons to play against me once, but then that was it, yeah.
Our hero's journey comes full circle. Bryce Callahan found home, hobbies, and himself in Broncos country.
In your own words, describe to me who Bryce Callahan is.
I'm a competitive, compassionate dude.
Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of Broncos Country Connected, but we look forward to seeing you this Sunday at Empower Field at Mile High as the Broncos face the New York Jets. Then we'll see you right back here next Tuesday to relive Denver's home opener. We'll see you then.